The British monarchy has never officially acknowledged African ancestry. But the fact that this debate even exists reveals something powerful. The image of royalty has always been political.
Queen Charlotte is not fictionalized as a woman of color. Queen Charlotte was a woman of color.
Well, yes.
So you just have to do your historical research and you will see that.
Let's talk about England's first black queen, and that was Queen Charlotte. Now, I'm sure we all have watched Bridgerton, and we love Queen Charlotte on there, and she was a real-life queen. And she was the...
Today, Queen Charlotte is the great-great-great-grandmother of King Charles.
I've always loved this portrait of our ancestor, Queen Charlotte.
Even a Lifetime special based on the romance of the present-day Duke and Duchess chimed in.
The only heir to the throne is dead. Sorrows, prayers. I am stating facts. The princesses have had no babies. The princes have had a record number of babies. Illegitimate whore babies. We had one heir, one royal, and she is gone. Sorrows, prayers.
Into political water.
You're saying that having black lineage is political in today's times?
Highly.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, this is money coming. This is money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, this is money.
Before the gowns, before the gossip, before the fictionalized romance, there was a real woman. Born in 1744 as Sophia Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz, she was a German princess from a small duchy in what is now Germany. At just 17 years old, she was chosen to marry the powerful and unstable King of Great Britain, George III. But history whispers something else about her, something rarely acknowledged in royal textbooks. For over 2 centuries, scholars have debated whether Queen Charlotte had African ancestry. And the conversation is far deeper than a Netflix storyline.
Queen Charlotte is not fictionalized as a woman of color. Queen Charlotte was a woman of color.
Well, yes.
So you just have to do your historical research and you will see that is true. They complained when she came to the English court. They complained about her ugly thick lips and her ugly wide nose and her mulatto skin, and they powdered her down when they painted her. So she is an actual person. What's happened with the show that's been fantastic is Shonda does what Shonda does, and she says, what if we put Queen Charlotte into these series of books in which she does not appear? And what impact does that have on the court and the story that we tell? What you're seeing is a version of history that is a more realistic version of history, although it's a fiction, it's not a documentary, and it gives us an opportunity to play these characters of status, and it gives the audience, you guys, an opportunity for us to see ourselves in a historical drama in a different way.
Let's talk about England's first black queen, and that was Queen Charlotte. Now, I'm sure we all have watched Bridgerton, and we love Queen Charlotte on there, and she was a real-life queen. And she was the first alleged black queen of England, even though she was from Germany. Now, Princess Sophia Charlotte was born in 1744, and she was the 8th child of the Prince of Germany at the time. And allegedly, Queen Charlotte was a direct descendant from the African branch of the Portuguese royal family. And it is literally 6 different lines that can be traced back to the African branch of this Portuguese royal family that said that she was a direct descendant from them. Now, she married King George III of England on September 8, 1761. And she became the Queen of England and Ireland at just 17 years old. Now, the conditions of this, royal marriage contract was basically that she had to stay away from anything political, even though she had an interest at what was going on in the world. because she was extremely, like, I'm talking about very educated. She spoke multiple languages. She like read all type of different books, and she wanted to be involved, but a part of her marital contract, she had to stay away from anything politics. Basically, just be pretty and be the queen. And she made many contributions to Britain as it is today. Like, she was the first person to introduce the Christmas tree to England. But the crazy thing about this whole thing is painters was rejected sometimes by the royal couple by making her look too African, basically. Like, you could literally see her African features in lots of the pictures. Like, they wanted her to look like a white woman on these paintings. So the people that painted the royal family was expected to play down or soften her features. So yeah, the show Queen Charlotte and Bridgerton actually paid a very good like representation of how it really was for her back then. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, because this whole thing is controversial. Some people say that she wasn't, black, but she was most definitely black. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.
In the 1990s, historian Mario de Valdés y Cocom argued that Queen Charlotte descended from a 15th century noblewoman named Margarita de Castro y Sosa, a Portuguese aristocrat who may have had Moorish ancestry. This lineage allegedly traces back to King Afonso III of Portugal, and a woman described in records as Madragana, who some claim was of North African descent. But here's the truth. There is no definitive DNA proof. There are no royal admissions. What exists are paintings, particularly by Sir Alan Ramsay, that depict Charlotte with fuller lips and broader facial features than other European royals of her time. Was it artistic interpretation? Was it realism? Or was it subtle documentation? The British monarchy has never officially acknowledged African ancestry, but the fact that this debate even exists reveals something powerful. The image of royalty has always been political. Charlotte was 17. George III was 22. They met on their wedding day. No courtship, no love story, no say. She was immediately crowned Queen Consort of Great Britain and Ireland, and within a year, she was pregnant. And then again, and again, and again. Queen Charlotte gave birth to 15 children. Yes, 15. 9 sons, 6 daughters. 2 died young. Her children included George IV, William IV, Edward, Duke of Kent, father of Queen Victoria. Here's where history shifts. Although many of her sons had children, most of those children were illegitimate. Royal laws required legitimate heirs for succession. By the time her granddaughter, Princess Charlotte of Wales, died in childbirth in 1817, a succession crisis erupted. Her sons rushed into late marriages, trying to produce legitimate heirs.
The only heir to the throne is dead. Sorrows, prayers. I am stating facts. The princesses have had no babies. The princes have had a record number of babies. Illegitimate whore babies. We had one heir, one royal, and she is gone. Sorrows, prayers.
Eventually, one son, Edward, fathered Queen Victoria. Through Queen Victoria, Charlotte has descendants today in nearly every European royal house. So why do people say she has no descendants? Because her direct, legitimate royal line nearly collapsed, and many of her children died childless or without recognized heirs. But biologically, her bloodline lives on.
Today, Queen Charlotte is the great-great-great-grandmother of King Charles, which means a black queen is part of the current British royal bloodline. They act like she never existed, but she ruled Europe. She was black, and her bloodline still sits on the throne. In the 1700s, England had a queen named Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. She was married to King George III, the very king America rebelled against. But here's what they don't tell you. Queen Charlotte was widely believed to be of African descent. Portraits of her show African features. Even historians of her time described her as a true mulatto face. She was descended from a black branch of Portuguese royalty, tracing back to a 13th century African noblewoman named Madrigana. But over time, her features were changed in art. Her legacy whitewashed, and the royal family stayed silent.
I've always loved this portrait of our ancestor, Queen Charlotte.
Even a lifetime special based on the romance of the present-day Duke and Duchess chimed in.
Oh, yes. You're of mixed race, Harry. So am I.
Why doesn't the Queen just come out and say it?
She can't. She may not. It's one of the things that the royal family cannot do. She would be stepping into political water.
You're saying that having black lineage is political in today's times.
Highly political.
Charlotte was not just a baby-making machine. She was deeply intellectual. She loved music and was a patron of a young composer named Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. At just 8 years old, Mozart performed for her. She funded botanical research. She influenced fashion. She introduced the Christmas tree tradition to England through her German roots. But palace life was not glamorous, because something was wrong with her husband. King George III suffered from severe mental health episodes. Historians believe he may have had porphyria or bipolar disorder. He would rant for hours, speak nonsensically, experience violent paranoia. At times, he had to be restrained. Imagine being 20 years old, in a foreign country, giving birth every year, and your husband is losing his mind. Charlotte slowly withdrew from him. By the 1800s, they were living separately. She was no longer just a queen. She was a caretaker of a crumbling empire.
Get out! I order you!
No, George.
Charlotte!
You cannot force me away. I will not go.
I command it, go!
I will stay! I command it!
Please, Charlotte, please go.
No.
Charlotte, you are not listening to me.
I am. I have heard that you wish I had not come, that you want me to go, that you do not want to see me.
Charlotte.
What I have not heard is that you do not love me. I have been suffering and alone.
There is no direct record of Charlotte openly speaking about racism. But Britain in the 1700s was heavily involved in the transatlantic slave trade. If she had visible African ancestry, it would have been controversial. Some scholars suggest that court painters subtly lightened her complexion in official portraits. Others argue that her supposed African features were exaggerated by political enemies. The truth? If she had African ancestry, it was distant enough to be socially absorbed into European nobility. In 1818, Charlotte's beloved granddaughter died. In 1819, her son Edward died. In 1820, King George III died. Charlotte herself died later that year at age 74. She died exhausted. After decades of pregnancies, mental illness in the household, political wars, public pressure, she was buried at Windsor Castle. Bridgerton gave us a reimagined Queen Charlotte. Bold, sharp, unapologetically black. But the real Queen Charlotte was a political pawn, a teenage bride, a mother of 15, a queen during American Revolution, a wife to a mentally ill king, a woman possibly carrying African ancestry in a slave-trading empire. She was not gossip in wigs. She was survival.
to yourself how beautiful you are, you'll basically seal your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, you know, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, you know, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to do. It has one for to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick about the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you will need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations, and also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels, and let's see, a 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol is there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil looks like, all that, and the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell, and basically